Alright, now I'm going to fix the fan belt on this little car. It's squeaking. Okay, now you'll have to excuse that noise from that fan up there. But basically, anyone who's ever had a loose fan belt knows exactly how irritating it is. I'll give you a demonstration right now. Start this thing. Why am I wearing these things down here? Sorry. It's early morning, no, early afternoon. And yeah, I may have had a beer or two last night. Okay, now let's take a look. I'm gonna start this thing up. Okay, maybe better if we're outside. And let's give it a start. There's nothing more annoying than that bloody sound. And that's a loose belt. I mean, we call it a fan belt, but to be honest, it's not a fan belt in modern cars. I'll show you what kind of a belt it is. Okay, so I've moved the car up here because I need the light to show you guys what this really looks like. So, 1 second. 1 second. Okay, now of course we call it a fan belt. Here it is. It's just a rubber belt, but it actually has nothing to do with fans. The reason we call it a fan belt is simply because in the old days it used to drive your cooling fan, which sits at your radiator over here, you know, in the front. But now, as you can see, we have electric fans which do the job better and take less power from the engine. Now, don't ever stick your hand in there because they sometimes turn on by themselves if they feel like cooling your radiator down. Okay, now it's fairly simple to tighten this belt, it seems. Here we have our power steering. No? Is this the power steering? Okay, so yes, this I believe is the power steering pump, because here is our fluid over here. Power steering fluid. So here we have a power steering pump, and as you can see, it's on a little arm over here. Theoretically, if I just loosen that, I might have to loosen one or two of the other bolts too. Then I should just be able to pull it forward, and in that process actually tighten this belt so that it stops squeaking. Although it certainly feels nice and tight. I wonder why it's squeaking like that. I believe this is just a single belt system. Actually, no, it's not. See, the alternator sits all the way back there. Yeah, there's the alternator. That's what generates the electricity. It has its own separate belt. Let's see if I can feel the tension on that. Take my watch off. Sorry babe, can you hold my watch? Thank you. Alright. See if I can feel the tension. Ah yes, now that belt doesn't feel all that tight, and that's probably the one that's squeaking. Thing is, how the hell... Aha! I think there's another adjuster at the back there on the alternator that I can see, but that one looks like a bitch to get to. Yeah, that doesn't look like it's such an easy job. Okay, well, I want to show you what happens when you turn this ignition on. It's quite cool. Yeah. Anyway, the fixing of the fan belt has kind of turned into a road trip to the beach. Yeah, because there's another beach here which is very nice. It's very popular. It's probably going to be crowded, but fairly easy to get to from my place. It should only take about, I don't know, 45-minute drive, maybe less even, depending on traffic. So yeah, I'm gonna take the beer girl there. We're gonna go and have a beer and have a swim, and yeah, as far as fixing that fan belt is concerned, I'm just gonna have to wait till the first service because I can't get my hands in there. So we're at the beach, as you can see, sitting in a restaurant. It's very nice, and of course it's approaching evening now. It's 5:15 on a Sunday, so lucky us it's not that packed. The reason I'm not sitting right there where those tables are is they want to charge you $20 a seat just to sit there, and it's completely empty. There's another one down there too which is exactly the same, and I think, quite honestly, that's just ridiculous. I can understand on a busy day, but there's no one here, so I'm not going to pay that money for nothing. Rather spend it on the beer. So we're going to have a beer here, and As you can see, we've been swimming. Absolutely amazing. How are you feeling, babe?
Feeling good. Everybody want to come here?
Yeah, let me tell you about this. You have two major beaches in Shenzhen. One is Da Meisha and one is Shao Meisha. So that means big Meisha and small Meisha. Shao Meisha, where we are now, you have to pay 25 renminbi to get into the beach. So it keeps you know, the common people out, the people, you know, like the masses, let's put it that way. Because Da Meisha, which is free, is crazy. When we drove past, it's just full. So if you are coming out this way, it makes more sense to come here. Anyway, I can have that. It's cheers. So great. Waitresses aren't that appealing though. Good Lao Qingdao. One thing that's quite annoying about being at the beach here, can you hear it? The loudspeaker? It's just saying the waves are big, be careful, be safe, blah blah blah, it's dangerous. But the waves are tiny and it's not dangerous. The reason they do that though is because the majority of Chinese people that I've met can't swim. I know it's weird, I guess they just don't learn when they're young, or maybe because they're come from inland or something, but the majority of them can't actually swim. So there's a very real drowning danger around here. In fact, you'll see like most of the people walking around with those rings. Can you see the like flotation rings? It's because they can't actually swim. So when they come to the beach, they have to use those rings. There's Beer Girl. Where? There she is. Yeah. As you can see, flotation rings are everywhere. It's because, quite simply, they don't know how to swim. Just one last look before we go. One last look. It's very pleasant out here. It's very, very nice. What are you doing standing on that table? Oh, really? Okay. They really have to change that name. King Key Palace Hotel? Is that where Elton John spends his holidays or something? Honest. Getting your car washed costs 20 renminbi to get a full clean inside and out. It's one thing I really like about China. And they do a pretty good job too.